everybody, and welcome. My name is Michael. Today we're going to be doing a quick compare and contrast over 3 different tree stands. We have a hang-on, we have a sit-to-climb, and we have a straight-up hand climber. Okay, every one of these are made from Lone Wolf. This one being from Novix, which is a subsidiary of Lone Wolf. So in theory, all 3 of these are, yes, manufactured from Lone Wolf. The Novix is a little bit different, primarily because it doesn't have the Lone Wolf emblem built in there, which means that you no longer retain the bow mount, and the coloring of the paint is different than what you would get with Lone Wolf sticks, which are more of a pine brown. Not sure what that actual color would be, but this one comes with more of a gray color. Either way, they still look great in the tree. It functions just as well as the Lone Wolf. They do offer a 15% military discount, and I believe it is extended to first responders as well. Probably one of the better discounts, especially when you start getting into hunting products. That's a pretty solid and deep discount. So this one is called the Assault Hand Climber Combo. This is not the Assault 2. The Assault 2 is the same setup with just the larger platform. I'll compare and contrast the platforms in a second here. But this one retails for $3.99. Again, not very cheap. There are more affordable options, but remember, right, you're paying for that weight savings, you're paying for the mobility, and you're also paying for that made in USA. This thing, so I picked this up for my wife. She wants to get into the woods. She wants to start checking it out. We're a new family of hunters. I didn't spend much, I never hunted growing up. I didn't have anybody teach me anything. I had a few good friends that put me on some good YouTube videos. And honestly, everything else I learned when I was in the service. My wife put this on. I gave this to her, and I gave her the basics. She had already used the Summit Goliath last season. She went a few times with me. So she already had a little bit of idea of how she needed to implement this and get it on the tree and put it into use. I had my hang-on, and I've got an injury, so I'm not going to blame too much on that, but I got my little injury, and I'm like taking my time with it. And I think I had like 3 sticks on. Maybe I was tying the 3rd on. I was getting around the tree, and she's just sitting there up in the tree, smiling at me with a big old grin. And she's done. She's sitting there. If it was opening day, she's ready to hunt. She's sitting there. She's ready to go. So this is a great little setup, man. How it works, right? We go ahead and we flip her around, just like this. And this system, just like all the other systems, straps to the tree. This gives us our base. You can actually see how narrow this platform is, right? You got the back side over here, it really cuts in, but you're also losing probably 2 inches of the front off. More about that later. For me, not sure how I feel about that. But for my wife, she's got tiny little feet, works perfect for her. I've already asked her, hey, do you want to swap the platforms? She told me no, babe, she's gonna rock it. So this bad boy goes on. There you go, basic stuff. So this is what I'm talking about. This is where you're actually grabbing on. It's easier if you grab these bars right here. Grab it like so. You know, you can do it that way with your forearms, or you grab the bars there. And you are just going to lean your weight into this, just like that, and you're going to put it like that, and you're going to bend your legs up. Pretty simple concept. Actually works very, very well. 0 complaints. I got some padded straps I'm going to throw on this for her. Keep the weight down, give her a little bit of cushion there, help her out a little bit. Again, she probably won't be going that far with me. I think the hikes in are going to be. I'm trying to keep them at a mile when I bring my wife along, just because I don't want to burn her out. This is the Echo hang-on stand from Novix. This is a direct comparison to the Lone Wolf Alpha hang-on. I believe this one actually from Novix is a little bit cheaper. Keep in mind, if you get the stand and the sticks, it does not come with the plastic stick cradle or quiver. I'm not sure what they call it for Lone Wolf. I'll drop that up here. So tearing into this, you've got, you know, your 4 sticks. These are climbing sticks. They're pretty standard. Anybody who's familiar with Lone Wolf, these are the same ones. Okay, on our little snug up here. They're the same ones that Lone Wolf has. Again, this is more of a gray, kind of tannish color, where Lone Wolf has that brown, which you've seen on the frames of the other stands. They work well, but I'm not really a fan of trying to balance on just having, you know, an individual little plank essentially that my feet gotta go on. You want to do it alternating, so you have it alternating like this when you're climbing up in the tree. This is quite uncomfortable. It can be done. I mean, you're starting to get pretty nitpicky, but why not? You're spending top dollar for these stands. So if you're in the market for sticks, maybe consider one that has, you know, a foot platform protruding from both sides. It'll make it a heck of a lot easier for you. If you ever get in a situation where you didn't cinch it down correctly or tight enough, or you're coming down the tree at a weird angle and it kicks out, having that additional foothold is going to be very beneficial for you actually getting that stick back into placement. I know, because I spent a decent amount of time just hanging in my tether, kicking around trying to get my stick back into position, and I wish I just had the ability to have another foothold to put onto. So this is the Echo or Alpha, depending on which company you go with. Novix being Echo, Lone Wolf being Alpha. This is the larger platform. And if you look at this platform, you see that, okay, the Alpha, the Assault cuts in, right? So that was the little one that I got for my wife. The Assault will cut in right here, and you will also lose this top portion of the stand right there. Again, not a deal breaker for a lot of people. Some people want that extra weight savings, and it is a decent amount of weight savings. But that real estate, that for me, I'm finding that I'm glad I went with this one originally, because I like it. I like having that extra real estate, and that additional weight isn't enough for me to negate the purchase. So you have the flip up seat, okay? This is controlled for the self-leveling. You have a little bolt with a lock nut on here, and you can just put it in. So you can get a little bit of, if maybe the tree is sitting at a canted angle, you can still get the seat level. See how that is right there? Okay, you got a different tree, you want to put it straight up and down, you know, we'll push down, maybe the tree's flat. Boom, there you go. You got one strap that goes around here. This is what they call their Versa button. I'm not entirely sure if you can see that very well. That's the Versa button right there. So you're going to have one strap that goes around the tree. This will be what you set first. Then you'll get in position. You'll cinch this down as tight as you can. You have your second strap that will go down, but you'll do that after you cam lock it. I will do a demonstration video. It'll be quick. Okay, this is the wide flip top climber combo from Lone Wolf. The way they market it as a sit to climb meets their Alpha, I believe is what it is. So essentially they've taken the hang-on portion of the stand and they put it with a sit to climb top. And they've done that exactly. The stand rocks. It's pretty great in my opinion. So moving forward with it, you've got your top portion here, and we're going to look at the bottom platform. So again, this is a direct comparison to the Novix Echo. If you look on here, same size platform. I know we got some straps and webbing in the way. It's kind of hard to see. But if you look down here, try to get in there. If you look right in there, I know it's difficult, but you have the head right there. You have the Lone Wolf head, and right here is your little bow mount. That's where you can put your cams right in there, and you can lock your bow in. So yeah, that's the difference. That's what you get. That's the difference. But I believe it's a $30 difference. So if you go to Lone Wolf, you might be paying a $30 difference. Not entirely sure. I know that prices change constantly, so check it out. The individual that I bought this from, this setup didn't come with everything that you see here. It didn't come with the pad on the bar for the sit bar, or gun rest, whatever you want to call it. I don't know who's using that as a gun rest. You should have a good sling. You should be able to get a nice shooting position just with your arms in that sling. Maybe I'll make a video about that. But yeah, I mean, this is good, I guess. I don't need it. I killed my deer last year without anything like that, and I was stable as a rock. So anyways, it seems cool. We'll see. He put the footrests on here. They fold out. Great little things. Like I said before, they kind of get in the way. I had to tighten them down. I'm not sure how much they're going to loosen on me, but when I was sit to climbing, I was getting the problems where this would kick forward, and then as I go to stand and reposition my feet to get the top portion back up, I was stepping back on this, and it just makes you're kind of clunky. You look a little clunky and a little clumsy, and it's just one of those things when you're moving in the tree, you want to be quiet, you're out there hunting game, you don't want them to know you're there. You're trying to keep it. Noise discipline is a real thing. You need to properly train with the gear so that you become proficient with it. The more time that you spend in the tree, in the woods, and with the gear on your back, the better and quicker and quieter you will be. Okay, so this is the top for it. This is where, in my opinion, it just makes it really great. This is a very lightweight system with a lot of functionality because of this flip top. The way that it's designed, we'll get this these tree straps out of the way. All right, so we have the back portion. Obviously, that's what sits on the tree. See right here. But the seat is mounted to this bar. You got this bar going around, okay? You got your bracket, which is gonna be your teeth into the tree, and this same bar with this same bracket has the seat mounted to that. That's what's gonna give you your flip top. That's what's gonna give you your freedom to stand up with this stand when you're in it. So you have your base there, which is essentially the same base as the hang-on stand, but the hang-on stand comes with a flip top because it has the seat mounted to the actual base. With this one, they're two different systems, okay? What does this do? If you're a taller guy, well, you now have the ability to raise your top to give your seat platform a little bit more leg room. You can sit there. You don't have to have your knees bent up. Again, if you're shorter, maybe you're shorter than what we had there and your feet might have been dangling, well, now you can drop this down. You can actually get that lower to the platform, and you can still have all the functionality of having the flip top and the ease of use of making it perfect for you. This bar right here, that's your sit bar. So as you're climbing up, you're sitting in it this way. You're inside this little cradle here. You'll sit down, bottom on the bar, bring your legs up to your hips, you know, knees parallel or thighs parallel to the ground, I guess. And then that'll give you the ability to move up. And you can do it effortlessly by sitting on this. All right, so that wraps up the top portion of the sit and climb combo, which in my opinion is what makes this so good, this flip up seat. So let's get these mounted to the tree. Roll a quick reel of just me going up and down, and then that'll wrap up this video. wraps up this video. Thank you so much for hanging around to the end. Please do keep in mind that this review was just a quick overview and it still ran a little bit longer than I wanted. If you want to see a really thorough, in-depth review, please let me know in the comments. Like it if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see future content. I'll be reviewing my bows. I'll be reviewing these again if you want. I've got some traction boards that just came in. I'm getting ready to review. And I can show you, my hunt package in terms of what do I bring in the truck? What does my carry, my hunt pack look like? I'll do a dump on all that and we can go over it. And maybe there's something in there that you don't use, or maybe you can teach me. Let me know. Again, subscribe if you want to see that, because that will tell me to go ahead and continue and put that energy forward. All right, thanks again, guys. Get out there, put some family food on the plate, and take care of each other.